Hands in our lap, voices up. Thank you. Here's what we're doing in Elementary Academy music today. Elementary Academy scholars will be able to warm up our bodies, ears, and voices, discover a scale on the treble clef staff, and read and sing Clementine. That's our goal for today. So we're going to start by warming up our ears, bodies, and voices. Up here on my whiteboard, I have some different patterns that we're going to go through. If you haven't seen anything like this before, make sure you go back and watch our week 5, day 1 video, because I kind of talk you through how we do it. We'll go through it really fast just to get us caught up. So on my whiteboard, I have 4 different examples. Some are written in red, some are written in black. That's just so that we can see them a little bit easier. For each one, there's a horizontal line and some dots, a pattern of dots. If the dot is below the line, that means it's a low sound. If the dot is above the line, that means it's a high sound. So I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, or 4. Your job is to look and listen and see if you can figure out which one I'm playing. So I'm going to grab my telephone here. Oopsie, and drop my clipboard on the floor. That's okay. So you can think in your head, is this number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4? Here we go. I'll play it again. That was number 3. Did you get it? Here's another one. I'll play it again. That was number 2. Here's another one. I'll play it again. That was number 4. How about this one? I'm going to start that again. Play it one more time. That was number 3 again. I was seeing if you really paid attention. All right, how about this one? Play that one again. That was number 1. Okay, we're going to keep working on this. Hearing the difference between high sounds and low sounds. It's a great skill to learn. And this is our first step to being able to read music notation. Okay, I'm going to flip my whiteboard around because we're going to use it for our next activity. But before we do that, let's do some vocal warm-ups, which is on the clipboard that I dropped on the floor. Hold on. Okay, the first one we're going to do is scales. I'm just thinking of the song that we're going to sing. Let's do on an ah sound to start. So I'm going to go back to my piano. We're going to do half scales, and we're going to extend our voice as low as we can on an ah sound. So as we sing, make sure your voice is loud and proud, and make sure your mouth is nice and wide so you get your best sound. On an ah sound, here we go. Ah, 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 your teeth separate. We're gonna go as high as we can now. 2 more. There you go. Whew, that's getting a little high. Okay, the next one we're going to do is called Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito is fun, but it's easy. All you got to do is copy me. It's called a call and response. I say something, you copy me. So if you want to take a second and read those words, just to remember how this one goes. The part that's in parentheses is the part that you do. All right, here we go. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. Okay, let's do it again a little faster this time. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Hey Burrito. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. One more time, faster. Here we go. Hey Burrito, hey Burrito, hey Burrito, hey Burrito. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Yeah, Burrito, yeah. Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. Guacamole, cinnamon twist. There we go. Next one's gonna be Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my piano so I can play it for us. As we sing it, we're gonna get higher every time we sing it, and we're gonna get faster every time we sing it. Do your best. If you don't know the words, just listen. Maybe you'll catch on, or go back and watch the earlier videos where we learned all these. Here we go. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. Last one. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. I love Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Yum, yum, Bumblebee, Bumblebee Tuna. Love a sandwich made with Bumblebee. Whew, I almost didn't make it to that last one. All right. We warmed up our ears by listening for high and low sounds. We warmed up our voices by singing our vocal warm-ups. Now we're going to warm up our bodies a little bit, so everybody stand up. You will need to have a place to stand for this video, so if you need to pause the video and move something, or move your phone, tablet, computer to a place where you have more space, we will need space to move a little bit today. Somewhere where you can jump a little bit. Match me. In our last video, we learned the words and the actions to a little ditty called Down, Down, Baby. We learned about the first half of it. We still have to learn the second half of it, which is what we're going to do today. Let's do a very quick review of the first one. So we start by tapping a steady beat in our hand. Just have one hand that's making a platform, the other hand I'm just tapping with curved fingers. And I sang, down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster, sweet, sweet baby, I don't want to let you go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy round. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, break down. That's what we learned last time. When we sing down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster, we're going to put both hands up and swoop them down. Roller coaster. Down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster. Next part, sweet, sweet baby, I don't want to let you go. Pretend you have a baby, you're rocking it back and forth. And when we say, I don't want to let you go, you also have to shake your head no. Sweet, sweet baby, I don't want to let you go. Next part, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop. Firework hands. Every time we say Cocoa Pop, we have firework hands. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, round. When we say round, we do fist swirls and we swirl our knees underneath us. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, round. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, break down. When we say break down, I think of robots when I do this. And our knees fall underneath us a little bit. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, break down. The next part, we only have one more action really to learn. So I think the most challenging part about the last half of the song is just knowing what the words are and making sure we're in control of our bodies so that we're safe as we do this last part, because we're going to jump a little bit. I'm even going to take my shoes off right now. Okay. I'm going to say it, you're going to copy me. My turn. 2 big kids sitting on a fence. Your turn. 2 big kids sitting on a fence. My turn. Trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. Your turn. Trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. Let's put that together. 2 big kids sitting on a fence. Trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. Let's do it again. 2 big kids sitting on a fence. Trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. Okay, now this part might be a little hard to see because of how my camera works here in the music room. But we say, she missed, she missed, she missed like this. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. When we do that, you're going to jump and cross your legs when we say the word missed. So right now, it's hard to see, but I'm standing with my legs like this. When we say she missed, again, we're going to jump and uncross our legs. She missed. And then when we say she missed like this, you're going to jump and cross, jump, uncross, jump, cross. She missed like this. So you should end up with your legs crossed. So uncross them for now. So I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll back up a little bit so you can see me a little better. Here I go. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. Okay? And then we do the same thing again, but everything will just be opposite. So we'll say she missed, she missed, she missed like this. And if you do it right, you should end up with your legs uncrossed. We say that last part 2 times, okay? So let's just do that last part. I'm going to back way up into the music room so you can see my legs a little better. All right, here we go. Ready, go. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. Okay. Let's go back to 2 big kids sitting on a fence. We'll just do there to the end. Tap, 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 tap. Here we go. 2 big kids sitting on a fence, trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. Did you do it? Did you end up with your legs uncrossed? Gosh, I hope so. Let's go back to the beginning. We're going to do the whole thing. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Just do your best to try. Make sure you're being safe. Don't fall over when you cross your legs. Here we go. Down, down, down. Here we go. Down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster. Sweet, sweet baby, I don't want to let you go. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, round. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, shimmy, shimmy, break down. 2 big kids sitting on a fence, trying to make $1 out of 65 cents. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. She missed, she missed, she missed like this. There we go. Okay, if that was challenging for you, you can take the video back again and redo that with me, but I'm watching the time on my clock. We have a few more things left to do today. In future videos, we will come back and revisit Down Down Baby, but we will do it at different tempos. Remember, tempos are the speeds in music. So next time we might start off doing Down Down Baby at a largo tempo, then switch it and do it at an andante tempo, then switch and do it at an allegro tempo, and then do it at a presto tempo, which is pretty fun. Okay, I have a blank whiteboard right now. I'm going to draw some things on here, and today I want us to talk about what a scale looks like. We've done scales before when we did our vocal warm-ups. We did them today when we went E. But I'm going to draw one because I want us to see what that looks like. So first, I have to draw a staff. A staff is what we use to write music on, and it is made up of 5 even horizontal lines. And because I have 5 horizontal lines, that makes 4 spaces. If you ever want to draw this stuff along with me, I think that would be a great extra challenge for some of you. Plus, I know some of you can be very artistic people, so it might just give you a chance to do something artistic. Okay, so that's our staff. It's where what we use to write music. And because we are in Elementary Academy, most of what we sing or play will be in what's called the treble clef. So I'm going to draw a treble clef at the beginning of my staff. And just like when we read a story or read a book, we always read from left to right. Same thing with music. So to draw a treble clef, you can challenge yourself to do this maybe in a notebook if you want, or just maybe trace it on the table or on the pillow next to you. It starts with a hook at the bottom that goes straight up, and then it curves around, and then we have a swirl. And that's our treble clef. A treble clef tells us that whatever we're doing is in a higher sounding voice or makes a higher sound. And maybe one day, especially if you are a male, your voice might get lower and you might sing in a different clef, which means your music would be written way down here underneath. But for us in Elementary Academy, everything we do is in the treble clef. Okay, so I'm going to draw a scale for us, and I'm going to start in kind of a funny place for us, but it is the one that will make the most sense for us with the musical alphabet. So I'm going to start here in the second space up, and I'm just going to draw a music note. This is called a quarter note, which we'll get into a little bit later, but that's a quarter note. It is in the second space from the bottom, so we're going to call this A. And there's a secret trick that we'll start talking about very soon for knowing what all the different things are called. But for now, let's know that that's A. The next note, this was in the first space, the next note's going to be on the first line, so it bumps it up just a little bit. And that we call B. A, B. Next one goes up a little bit further, and it's in the next space. We call that C. The next one would be here. On the next line, we call that D. One in the next space. We call that E. I'm guessing some of you probably see a pattern. I'm going to make my staff a little longer so I don't run out of space. I'm almost done though. Next one would be up here on this very top line. We call that F. And then this one would sit on top of the line. We call that G. And there's one more to make a full scale. And I even have to draw something fancy called a ledger line up here. And some of you might be thinking, oh, Mrs. Isles, I know what happens next. The next one's H, right? That's where things get different in music. After you get to the letter G, you start back again at A. So this is what a scale in music looks like. If I were to sing a slightly different scale, it would sound like ah. So scale is a series of notes, usually in ascending, which means in order going up, or descending. Would be going down. So here's what the takeaway is for this. This is what I really want you to know. A scale is a series of notes, and our musical alphabet goes from A through G, and once we get to G, it starts over again at A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on for a really long time. Okay, I'm going to erase this with my tissue quick. And I'm going to draw another staff, and I'm going to show you the fancy way to know what everything on this staff is called. And then we're going to start to do kind of like a game at the beginning of every music video that I call the secret word of the day. If you have an older brother, or sister, or friend in Middle Academy, they've already seen that a little bit. Okay, so here's my staff with my treble clef. Now, an easy way to tell the difference between the lines and the spaces on the treble clef is we have some little tricks that we do. So let's start with the spaces, because I think the spaces are a little bit easier. Here's a space, here's a space, here's a space, and here's a space. There are 4 spaces. And I always say, if it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. So I start at the bottom, and I just spell the word face. F, A, C, E. If it's in a space, you use your face. You just spell the word face. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. So there's 5 lines. Each line has its own name. So I'm going to draw some little note heads on our 5 lines. And I said if it's on a line, a sentence is fine. There's a bunch of different sentences you can use to remember the order. But the one I like the best is, every good burger deserves fries. Because I don't know about you, but I like some burgers and fries. So I'm going to start at the bottom again. And I said every, which starts with the letter E, so we call that E. Good, G. Burger, B. Deserves, D. Fries, F. Every good burger deserves fries. Now here's how we're going to use this in music class. Say that we're playing through something, like hopefully one day when we're back in class we'll have xylophones, we'll have maybe ukuleles one day, maybe we'll be playing boom whackers, and you see this note on the staff. What note is that called? So you might have to think, well, is it on a line or in a space? It's in a space. If it's in a space, you use your face. F, A, C, E. So I know that that note is C. We're going to start using this more often in videos when I do what's called that secret word of the day. But it's, again, just like seeing the highs and lows with music, like we did for our first activity. This is another step to being able to read music notation, which is a great skill to have. Oh, hey, I'm going to push that guy out of the way. The last thing we have on our list of things to do today is to read and sing a song called Clementine. This is an old folk song, and I have a book that goes with it, so I thought that I would read us a little story today. And as we're going to do it 2 times. We're going to read it the first time, and then the second time as we read it, we're also going to be singing it. So that's going to be our challenge. So here we go. Clementine, edited by Ann Owen, illustrated by Sandra D'Antonio. You can see someone playing an instrument I know very well down at the bottom. Here we go. What do you see when you sing a song? Does the music come in colors? What do you do when you sing a song? Does the melody make you dance? What do you hear when you sing a song? Do the words tell a story? let's explore the sights and sounds of one of our favorite songs. Then it says, who is that girl with the strange looking shoes? In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Drove her ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. On the next page, I have the sheet music that a musician can read to know what to play on the piano. I'm going to read this next page because I think knowing the history of this song is important, and I think it's also kind of interesting. It says, Clementine's story came from the time of the California Gold Rush. Gold was found in California in the late 1840s. In 1849, about 80,000 people flocked to California to seek their fortunes. These gold hunters were known as 49ers. No one knows for sure who wrote the song Clementine. Early versions of the song show that H.S. Thompson wrote the words. Then in the early 1880s, the words and music were published together. At that time, the poet Percy Montross was listed as the author. Most likely, Clementine, like many old songs, had no single author. Maybe it started when someone put a fun story or poem to a popular tune, then others kept adding or changing the verses. Did you know gold was most often found in tiny nuggets or gold dust? Sometimes, however, a large gold rock was uncovered. The largest gold rock ever found was discovered in Australia in 1872. The Holterman nugget weighed almost 639 pounds. That is about the weight of 3 large men put together. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I'm going to flip back to the very last page of the story. This part of the story is the chorus of the song. So I want you to repeat after me and sing what I'm singing. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You sing that much. Here we go. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. My turn. You are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Your turn. You are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning. And in this book, we have different verses. Every time I flip to that last page, I have to find it again. I want you to sing that part with me because that's the chorus and the part we need to know. If you think this is cool and you want to reverse the video and re-sing it with me after, I think that would be a cool thing to do. Here we go. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, lived a miner and his daughter. Lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. You are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Drove her ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. And that's our story. Whenever I read this book with students, I usually like to do kind of a think aloud or maybe some kind of group pair share. So we talk about the book. There's a man who lives in a cavern, in a canyon. He excavates for a mine. To excavate means you dig out things. So he lived a 49er. He went to the California Gold Rush in 1849. Lived with his daughter. He worked in the mine. Her shoes were number 9. That means she wore a size 9 shoe. Back then, that means she had pretty big feet. Mrs. Ellsworth's a size 9. So I guess I have big feet by today's standards. So she had big feet. Herring boxes without topses. So she didn't have shoes like many of us would wear. She had shoes that were made out of herring boxes, which were boxes that were used to store and dry fish. So we always talk about maybe if you do that kind of work, like we'll see that Clementine does, wear correct footwear and don't wear boxes on your feet, kind of a silly thing. Drove her ducklings to the water, so they kind of worked on a farm. They raised ducks. Every morning she brought them down to the water. She hit her foot against a splinter, the wood on the dock, and fell into the foaming brine. Brine is like salt water. So she tripped, probably because she was wearing boxes on her feet, and she fell into the water. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. That means her dad saw bubbles floating up from underneath. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. I always like to talk to kids about a really good skill to have in life is to know how to swim, because you could save yourself or you could save a friend in need, and plus swimming is just kind of fun. So this is kind of a sad story, and most people when they hear it don't think about how sad of a story that is. You are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. So that's our story, Clementine. Kind of a fun song to sing, even though it has kind of a sad message. We learned some great things from that story, though. Wear good shoes when you're going out and about in the world, and learn how to swim. 2 great things in life. All right, last thing we have to do today is just to do our train exit. So breathe with me, Elementary Academy. Here we go. Thanks for making music with me. Have a magical musical day.